All right, for advanced triads, I'm actually going to talk very quickly about augmented and diminished, and I'm going to quickly then move on to seventh chords, because seventh chords I think are really fun. They're also crucial, and they are definitely advanced for where you guys are at right now. So quickly through augmented and diminished. Up here on the screen, I have a normal major chord, fits into the key of F with one flat, because that flat would be B. So this is a major triad as it stands right here. We have a major third and a perfect fifth, judging from the root. Now, for an augmented triad, we're going to need a major third from the F to the A, and we're going to need an augmented fifth from the F to the C. From F to C right now is 7 half steps. For augmented, we would need 8. And so in order to make this an augmented triad, we're going to add a sharp to the C. So this is now an augmented triad that sounds like this. Another easy way to think about augmented triads is that they are 2 major thirds on top of each other. So instead of thinking about a major third and a perfect fifth, now you just have a major third and a major third. Okay, so the distance between those notes. Okay, so it's either a major third and an augmented fifth, or just a major third, major third. On the other hand, diminished triads are minor thirds based on top of each other. So you have a minor third and then a minor third. So if we look at this one, to create a minor third from this F, we would need an A flat to make it 3 half steps. And then from the A flat to the C, as it stands right now, is a major third. We would need to make this a minor third. So put a flat on it. Now we have a diminished triad. This is also a diminished fifth from the root to the fifth. It's only 6 half steps from the F to the C flat. So if I play this diminished chord now, here's what it sounds like. Okay, so here's cycling through all of these notes. So here is I'll start with that diminished as written right now. Now go to a regular minor. Now if we go to a major, and now an augmented. So through this quickly again. Here's diminished, minor, major, augmented. So I'm just changing one note at a time. So that's a quick breezy way through augmented and diminished triads. Now let's look at seventh chords. Seventh chords actually only have 4 notes in them, so there's not 7, but the reason they're called seventh chords is that the distance from the root to the top note is a seventh. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are seventh chords. You have a triad plus a seventh from the root to the top note. So you have a third, a fifth, and a seventh up in there for the seventh chords. We're going to talk about 3 of them: dominant seventh, major seventh, and minor seventh chords. So dominant 7 is dominant because it comes normally at the end of a song, and it makes a very strong ending, or a stronger ending than it would be without the dominant seventh. So I'm going to be working here in the key of B flat just for a little bit, and I'm not going to transpose notes, leave them there. Why did it transposed them? I told them not to do that. Just gotta go make it again. Come on. Okay. So here I have a 7th chord in the key of B flat. It starts on an F. My chord members are F, A, C, and E flat because of the key signature. So here's F, A, C, E flat. So this in the key of B flat is going to be a so chord. Okay, a so chord is built off of so. So you have so, ti, re. So that's just a basic so chord. But then if I add the fa, now it becomes a dominant 7th chord. And it's a dominant 7th chord if it is a major triad with a minor 7th. So this minor 7th is 10 half steps, I believe, from the root. So here's an F. We're going to go all the way up to E flat. So we'll have to skip over here the C. So here's F. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 is a minor 7th. Okay? So this is used in the context at the end of a song. So I'm going to play around here in the key B flat. Here's a do chord, then to a fa chord, then to a la La chord, now to a So chord. Ah, that wasn't right at all. There's a Fa chord and to a Do. Now, if I go back to that Fa chord, and I add the minor seventh, that is a stronger ending. It's a bit more dominant because it feels like you can really end the song. So, a major triad followed by a minor seventh up top. Okay? Looking at a major seventh chord, what we'd have to do in this key signature is actually put a natural on the E flat so that we have a major triad followed by a major seventh. So the major seventh is 11 half steps apart, or if you just kind of reverse it, it's actually just 1 half step lower, even though it's almost an octave. So from the F to the E natural, here's an F, here's an E natural. From an F to an F is going to be 12, but an F to an E going the other direction is going to be 11, and so this is a major seventh. So here's how this one sounds instead. Very different from the dominant seventh. Okay, this is mostly used in jazz, and these chords are used all over the place. If I'm in the key of C, for example, I'm probably going to start out with that major seventh chord. Okay, but that chord right there is a major seventh chord. Now, for the minor seventh chord, we need to go back to a minor seventh, so I'm going to put a flat back on the E, and then I'm going to create a minor triad. Okay, so a minor seventh is a minor triad and a minor seventh. A major seventh is a major triad and a major seventh, but then the dominant has a mix. The dominant has a major triad and a minor seventh. Okay, so here's what a minor seventh chord sounds like. This is actually my favorite chord in the world, just because it sounds beautiful and very soothing. Okay, so here is the difference. Here's my minor seventh, which has a minor triad and a minor seventh. Here's a dominant. I'm changing my triad to major. And here's a major seventh. I'm changing my seventh interval to a major. Okay, so let me play a little song. I'm going to be in the key of D, actually, kind of G, but I'm adding chords. When you start adding seventh chords, the rules kind of get a little fuzzy, but I want you to know these are out there. So here's in the key of G, starting with a major seventh, minor seventh, another minor, and back to a major. And then back originally with another major seven to a minor, another minor. Here's the dominant. So all those chords really work in jazz. The most common one you're going to find in classical music is the dominant seventh, up until we start getting into the 20th century with some like crazy different stuff, interesting things happening in there. So when you head over to musictheory.net, you can choose any of these top 7 chords. I'd recommend just doing difficulty level 1 and choose whatever you want, and go see if you have any other questions and let me know what you think. Thank you.